Marauders issue number 4. We got Storm Alert on the cover. Russell Dodderman. And everything I said before applies now. He's doing a great job on the cover. We got a Page White over here. We meet some new friends. They're on the shore. One of them is called Fish, and he's got a personality. He's Brazilian, so I hope that they use these people in future comics. How about Lockheed fueling Pyro's fire? How about Bobby Drake not needing no fuel because he's Omega level? Um, Action. So we get to learn some stuff about lightning. At least I did. That the first lightning bolt is a leader. I think she called it leader, and then the second one is thunder and lightning. So then Krakoum, there goes the freaking guy, and I wish he would have died, but he lets out a grunt. The letter UGHN period comes out of his. Okay, so he didn't kill him. I mean, don't these say teenage? Look, rated T plus on the cover. It's okay to get away with killing somebody in the comic book. These aren't for kids. Because if they were for kids, they'd be selling these Raina Telgemeier style on Scholastics, and we wouldn't be in the comic book in the situation we are in now. I would recommend this video by Professor Thorgy. He did. I'll put a thumbnail on the end of this comic book review when I'm done talking because he did a good job, and it's got me thinking about how, man, I can't even blame anybody for this but the publishers. Let's go to Kitty Pryde, Kathleen Pryde, her and Bishop, and the whole time what they're talking about is making him join on the squad. I don't care. I truly don't, because I don't even know what it entails. What is a red bishop? Don't know. I don't know that. If it was something like President of the United States, now we're talking. I know what power that holds, and I know that a whole lot other stuff can change. The Red Bishop, I'm not even sure what the Quiet Council do. I'm not even okay. That's not true, but still, it's new. It's like I don't care. And then there's a stupid part here about Ivory because what she did was counterproductive. She created a demand for another elephant to go. So by getting rid of that and phasing the Ivory into the wall, I mean, this rich customer, that's her reaction there. That was just basically what I just did. Yeah, I guess I gotta get more ivory. That's what's gonna happen. You just killed someone else. Like being spiteful doesn't help in any situation in life. Ooh, I could get personal, but you know I don't talk about myself on Chillmonger. You barely know anything about me on Chillmonger. What do you know about me? You remember what city I live in? Comment section. What city do I live in? What's a hobby I partake in? And you know the one if you know. Like you guys don't know anything about me because I keep it to myself because this is the internet. You know my name? Nope. That's not a challenge to find my name, please. Nobody try to find my name. My name is Chill for all you know, and let's keep it like that. So there's a liar, and it's this dude's wife, and she, again with that spite, but she had to. She had to publicly embarrass the woman after she finds this guy, and he's part of some worshipping group of the mutants that we heard about earlier. I'm with it. They're gonna solve the problem. I don't like how she. Pause right there. I'll get back to this page because when I had it upside backwards, I saw a little marking over here, and I thought, wait, when did I damage my comic book? But that's just that's comes with the advertisement. I saw another YouTuber, J-Man, talk about it last week in his comic review, and yeah, it sucks. But back to this page. I'm not okay with how she could phase some of these shots, and she landed one here, but then a little bit after, she's gonna get struck. Why did Kitty not phase through that one? It's not like she didn't see her coming. She came right from in front of her. Consistency, guys. I don't know who's in charge of direct. Well, Gerry Duggan is gonna get credit for that because Lucas Werneck, as good as your art was, you're only gonna draw what they ask you to draw. Oh, back on this point that I make every time they switch artists but keep the same colorists. Colorists are really important, and this still felt like a Marauders comic book. She's gonna break her nose because we gotta find a spectacular reason for why we keep that bandage on her nose, and I like it. That was the comic, wasn't it? She talks to Bishop about something I don't care about. Oh, and the final page. These dudes from Schism. I think his name was Cade Kilgore, maybe. Was his name? But these are the bratty ass kids who used to be Hellfire Club. They're calling themselves something else. I forget what it was called. She says, what do they call themselves? No, we're no longer Hellfire Club. So be sure to make your entrance fee payable to Homines Verendi. That's why I couldn't remember it because it's a different language. So Homines Verendi is what they're going to be called. And if there's a proper way to pronounce it, can somebody phonetically spell that for me in the comment section? Comment section is going to help me out in this. Yo, you guys have been good at like sharing things in the comment section. So whenever I bring you guys up, it's not just lip service like at the end of a John Campia video. Why don't you guys get in the comment section and down below? All right, next main topic. Like I'm not that person because go look at every single video I've done since January 8th, 2019. I've been responding to you guys, and I appreciate all the interaction here, all 272 of my subscribers. So, comic book channel I was going to plug with Professor Thorgy. He does like 30 minutes, so I would recommend going in the settings and then playback speed at 1.5 speed, just so you don't have to sit there for 30 minutes. He talks about Jim Zub and his comic getting canceled, speaking of how there are thousands of people who pirate it, and sometimes there's more people pirating than there are actually buying it, and that kills sales, and that kills careers too. But then there's also the convenience factor of pirating comic books. There's also the convenience factor of just the industry. Like, fuck. He makes a great point. For those of you who are not going to click on that video, he makes a great point about if you were, comic books didn't exist, and right now you were going to make a comic book industry, would you say the only place you can get it is at this store, and the only thing they sell at the store is comic books? No. You would probably be able to order something and it would arrive to you in the mail, or they would be distributed to different places that you can go get them. The middleman of the comic book store is kind of, it's gotta go. That's harsh to say, but it's not so necessary no more. And there's places you can get comic books, not digitally, but you can go online and buy a paper comic book. It'll come to you in the mail, maybe not Wednesday, but there's places like that that exist. They have those outlets. They are gonna grow in numbers, and slowly but surely the comic book stores, I'm sure Midtown will still be there, but right now, last time I checked, and thankfully I have a good memory, it's 2,144 stores that Diamond Comics deals with. And because the industry is, and because the movies are not giving us tie-in comics, like movie comics, like I mean, Marvel Studios will do a post-credit scene, like let's take Far From Home, for example. Imagine if that post-credit scene happens where they turn into Skrulls, and it said, the story continues on Free Comic Book Day, May 3rd. Imagine how cool that would be. Or the Sword place, Sentient World Observation. Imagine if you see Nick Fury just walking, he's not on vacation because he's actually on a spaceship, and we go, holy, he is in space, Sword is a thing. And they said, continues on Free Comic Book Day. Or even if the comic book wasn't free, either way, there's a nice way to get these folks into a comic book store for $3.99. That's a third of the movie, depending on where you go to. If you're in Cineplex in Canada, it's a third of the movie ticket that you would have paid for to get one of these things. So it's worth it. Us, we buy fucking, I think I got 7 comics this week. I got 3 of the X-Men titles. I know I got Avengers, Amazing Spider-Man. You'll see them all on my channel when I review them. So I got so many, the $4 add up. Other folks, they're just gonna go, they're like, oh, what a great value. I gotta see a comic book. It's culturally relevant. I'm gonna watch the YouTube video on New Rockstars break it down. I'm in this, and maybe that introduction to the comic book store is gonna be useful for them. So I'm really like mad at Marvel, DC also, with their fucking cardstock variants. And it's your fault for buying it too, everybody. But with every like tactic that they're doing right now, it's poor, man. Let's get in more stores. Let's put Walmart comic books, yes, but let's also make them canon comic books that matter to the stories that we read. And when they're in more places, then the comic book industry won't die. Even if you got to do it at a loss. If you got to do a Shoppers Drug Mart or a what's the drugstore popular one everywhere else in the world? Go to one of those places and just sell comic books on a comic book rack. And then, yeah, it's going to cost you, but it'll save the industry, at least the paper industry, because the movies are doing fantastic. And because the movies are doing fantastic, don't you think that they could afford to sell these at a loss? Why not sell a book for $2.99 US? Why not? Why did we have to increase it? When was that? In 2012, 2011? Is that when the comic book went up by $1? Like, fuck, weren't the movies the thing by then? See, if the movies would have just caught on a little bit earlier, they probably wouldn't have had to do this. But these should stay as long as the movies are still doing it, and it should be considered a cost of business. My Mandalorian review just posted according to my laptop over there, so I gotta put the end screens on. This is the Professor Thorgy video to my left. 30 minutes of great conversation, very useful talk. He takes both sides of the argument. If you're a comic book pirater, if you're a pirate, arg me matey, check it out. Did I just talk to nobody?